Hey again, brothers, just cruising down the highway here from Motueka, going back to my home in Tasman, and I've been talking to my mate Bruce, who works in the Middle East security company. Bruce has been a sharpshooter in East Timor, or a sniper I guess is another word. He's worked right throughout the Middle East. He's got more tales of murder, torture and stuff that really, it's mind-boggling. In fact, he said to me he gave up a long time ago telling people his stories because people just thought he was making up bullshit, and when you hear his stories you can almost relate to it, but he's got the scars to prove it, and a pretty serious job. He's one of those guys that lives off adrenaline, and he's seen some pretty horrific stuff, but he's one of those guys that's got a filter that can handle it. In fact, if I really think about it, Bruce enjoys it. He came back to New Zealand to visit me about 3 years ago, and if we weren't pig hunting or doing something a little bit sort of slightly dangerous, he was bored out of his tree. Anyways, back in the Middle East, and he prompted me to talk about what's going on here in my country, New Zealand, right now. One of the things, of course, is going on that's in the back of everybody's mind, or often on the forefront of their minds, is COVID-19, as it's sort of getting, the numbers are going up again and likely to spread with government lifting the levels. So we moved back to level 2 from Auckland. I don't even know what Auckland's in right now. Is it level 3.2 or something? I've lost count. I don't watch the news. I don't have a television, because if I watch the news it just fucking depresses me. I do read a lot of journals. I read a lot of articles on medicine and diet and lifestyle, because that's always been my passion. It's funny really, because I used to have the most terrible lifestyle in the world, and I used to smoke and drink and do all the drugs and eat shit food and not look after myself, and then of course I got cancer and nearly died, and then completely did a 180 degree turn and went the other direction. That's what happens. You have a crisis in your life and you either keep getting worse and you die, or you turn around. There's nothing that'll change you more faster than a crisis, whatever it is, and for me it was that. Anyway, I'm getting away from where this is going, and I want to keep it short because I do have this live vlog at 7:30 tonight for my patrons on the Clay Tong Story channel, or for patrons at least, and I've got to set that up, so I'm trying to balance what I'm telling you guys, what's going on, and also think about what this was about. Basically what it was about was, Bruce said to me, Clay, he said, I laugh when I go and look at the Facebook comments and the Instagram comments in New Zealand, and all the bickering and carrying on, anti-vax against vax, mandate, non-mandate, all that. I just laugh. You guys have no idea what a real threat is, and you've got no idea what having restrictions really means on your personal freedoms. You guys are so free, and if you could see what goes on over there. He told me he was in one place where they cut this bloke's hand off for stealing something. They still do that. I don't know what country it was in. They cut his hand off and they filmed it and they sent it to all his family and that to set a precedent for stealing. And he hadn't actually stolen that much, and he saw the video, and after they made that video, that guy died. He died from infection from that hand wound. He said that's the sort of justice that goes on in the Middle East, and it goes a lot worse than that too. And it kind of brought back to me the reality of what we're doing and why we do bicker and fight and get all worked up. I had it last time I was at New World. I got told off for bloody well not wearing my mask, and I thought about that, and what it is we've had years and years of evolving, of having conflict and wars and fighting, and suddenly we're all just like cruising along, go and buy your groceries. I've got my cream there, and I've got my salt, the things I can't make at home, and everything's just so easy, isn't it? You go home and it's so fucking easy. You go home and you got some dirty washing. You don't have to go and scrape for hours down at the river to clean your washing. You stick it in a washing machine, and you have to worry about your food going off. You stick it in the fridge, and now I've got a fucking dishwasher. I've never had a dishwasher in my life, and for the first time in my life, at the age of 57, I'm sticking dishes in a dishwasher and I'm no longer washing them. How much more easier is technology going to make life get? And are all these things going to make us happier? And the short answer is, fuck no. They make you comfortable, but being comfortable never made you happier. Some of the most happiest times of my life was when I was bloody uncomfortable, living under the Motueka Bridge as a young man, a teenager. I wasn't even a man, I was still a boy. Could hardly grow a bloody bum fluff on my chin. I was happy then. I wasn't comfortable. I was fucking freezing and I was hungry half the time, but I was happy. I'm getting off course. I don't know if you can see where I'm going with this, but pretty much there is just no point in even worrying about what the other person's doing, or he said and she said, because there's bigger fish to fry in this life. If you were faced with your doctor saying, hey, listen, look, you've got terminal cancer, you've got 3 months to live, I don't think you give a fuck about vaccine mandates or anything other than, oh, well, I've got that short time, what am I going to do with it? And I think we need to get in perspective. I myself need to get in perspective. I'm guilty of all that myself. Oh shit, sorry about that, I should have turned the phone off, got notifications coming through. So, in short, the old song, don't worry, be happy. Now, I've just had a week of 7, 8, 9 days of grieving, and I've come out the other end of it. I lost my dog Bruno, as I've talked about, and it really is great to have gone through. The process was very fast to me because I made videos on it and everybody talked about it, and I just sort of got pushed through it a bit harder. A lot of tears. I fucking hate crying. I get a horrible headache and I get a snotty nose and my throat all chokes up and I can't talk. I hate crying, but you have to cry, you have to get it through your system, and I did all that there, and now I'm out the other end, and it's like, I actually look back on Bruno's death as being a blessing, because he died so peacefully, but at the time it was just like I'd lost my best mate. And I still miss him, but I'm feeling a lot more like back into life and back to my normal old self again. Check on a brother, and don't try to be right on everything. Don't worry about if someone's got a so they say something and you've got to be right. Just hear them out. Don't feel the need to convince anybody of anything. Just feel the need to convince yourself to make the best out of every day. Punch it out, and well, she's pretty shaky, this camera. Punch it out and get the most out of the day you can, because you don't know what tomorrow brings. You may not be here tomorrow. And if I haven't said it before, I'll say it now. This moment, this very moment right now, is the most valuable thing you have. This moment right now. Tomorrow never comes, and this is it. So enjoy, and we'll catch you in the next one. And go steady. I'm actually quite looking forward to this live feed tonight for patrons, because I like spending time with those good bastards. Some of you guys that are watching this are my patrons, and thank you very much. Right, yeah, every 7:30 every Sunday, I'm going to start doing that now on Patreon live feed, where you can just talk with mates and catch up. So jump onto that if you want to be part of that, and if not, I'll see you on the regular ones I do. Not that they're that regular. I want to go fishing, I do one. Sorry about the bumpy video. See you later.